Let's fix the camera. Alrighty. This is my custom Kairos owl for a show at DesignerCon. It's going to be part of a charity auction. I think people online should be able to auction or bid if you're interested. It'll run November, for sure, 14th through the 16th. It might be coming out the night of the 13th, but so like a week and 2 days from now. Crazy. Okay, that just stressed me out way more than I wanted it to. Today's kombucha, pomegranate blueberry, if anyone cares. And now it is time to paint Cultist, whether or not that's what you want to see. So, we are now, I'm just going to dive into painting. Oh, and then put up some creepy background music. So everything, all music today. Divider line. Ba-ding. Anyway, okay. Back to painting. I'm not using the brush I'm supposed to be using, but that's fine. When we get down to the part that matters, like more of like the edge control stuff, we'll switch, but I realize I am just faster with the brush that I use almost all the time to paint. So I'm also going to be trying out Affinity. So if people don't know, my friend, homies on Discord just let me know that Affinity Painter, or the Affinity Suite, I guess, which includes Painter and other things, just is free. 100% free, which is, I think, rad. So, if that is of interest to you, you might want to go check that out. Although, okay, so this is a thing. Affinity Painter is free. So I'm like, well, how do you make money as a company? So they're owned by Canva. And I guess if you have Canva Premium, you get to like use Affinity's AI stuff. So what that sounds like to me is that they are trying to subsidize normal usage of people just doing digital painting like this with they're trying to subsidize that with people paying for AI features in Canva. I don't know how that's gonna go, and so who knows. I'm just hoping that like it stays free, and it's not one of those things where, like, at some point they're like, actually, we're going to charge you for this again. And then people are going to be like, oh, that's a bummer. But I don't know. I'm not them. I don't run their company. Where's my texture brush? There's my texture brush. So I don't know. I don't know how it's going to be. How is it going to be? Do 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 do. which is a Third Eye Blind song from like 1998. And also, we're using just the weird, creepy ambient music of divider lines stuff for horror because I'm ditching Spotify, and that's what I was using to stream music before. So now you just get the quiet sound of being in a windstorm, I guess. And yeah, gonna just have to deal with it. This is one of those, like, this is gonna, here, how should I do this? Like, okay, so this is actually a really cool photo, because if you look at the, I'm like, it's so windy in here, let me talk over that. If you look at the lighting, like, her hair is casting a shadow on part of her face, but then, like, her nose and this little bit of light, and then light there, and a light there, pops out. It's kind of a cool dappled lighting effect, but it also makes this, like, not super easy to paint. Okay, I should probably, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up the reference photo. I'm just going to move this over here to my second screen. So we're going to paint like that. Well, hold on to your hats, everybody. It's getting crazy in here. Wow. All right. That's too beigey. Trying to find the right shadow color. A little bit up. Okay. It's not quite, but I kind of just want to get the form in first, and then I can, like, color correct. Because the color correcting part is sort of not too bad. It's pretty fun, actually. It's interesting, like, adding those dimples and, like, this line of tension of skin makes her suddenly look like she's smiling. Like, it looked more like a neutral face before, but it's because, like, when we smile, like there's a muscle in here attached to our jaw that tightens, and so you get, like, that little cool like, we're like, oh, we're in a smiling thing now. That maybe wasn't there before. gonna block in her lips. We'll fix. She does have red lipstick on, but we'll like finesse that. Ooh, that's actually not a bad match if I do say so myself. You know, I think I might have keyed her too kind of brown overall, to be honest. This is gonna fuck me up. I might have to just repaint. Yeah. Because I think I like messed up by putting this shade too purpley. I don't know. I think it's just a bit too orange. Yeah, we'll make this micro adjustment now. I still want to keep the most of the other colors, but that highlight shape is actually wrong. 'Cause it's actually like on the top of like her cheek. Where it's like her cheeks is here and it's rounded and it's getting hit by like the light at that very specific angle. Pushing some of the redness in her cheeks a little bit more. Soften that. This lighting situation is like super interesting because she's in ambient light, which is what most people, I mean, that's like what I would say a majority of people are in on a day-to-day basis when you get a photo of them. I don't want that super bright pink, but this muted pink now is actually kind of nice. Like, I know it's a cult thing, but she shouldn't actually look that creepy. So we'll fill in some eyes. She'll still look a little creepy. Color picking's like from photos is actually, as long as you're not just doing it, like if you're actually thinking and stopping and you're like, oh, like how is this working, it's actually super fascinating to me, and I think it's a really and it's like a really good practice because you start to see how much relationships of color actually like affect the our perception of color in paint. So like those eyes are likely way too green. I don't know if you can even see them. Nope. Come on. Click on the right window. Realistically, yeah, like gray is probably going to be more effective. But that looks super green to me. But I guess that could also just be my monitor. Oops. Oh. I think the point still stands. This is this interesting photo where, like, almost everything is technically in the shadows, I guess. This is so intense. The soundtrack. Not my painting. See how, like, most of, like, that's the light part? So you're not getting, like, it's this interesting thing where, like, we're rendering more, like, of the shadow side than we usually would be, I think. Push this. Alright, we're getting there. We are getting there. Maybe a little bit too much there. Walk it back. Alright, and then zoom out, and you're like, that looks like a person. Excellent. Those highlights look almost too crazy. Almost too crazy, if you will. If we take down some of the contrast here, smooth out some stuff. Much better. Much better. Told you this lighting sitch. So epic, right? That's great, because that's what casts this shadow right here, is this hair. And I love that. This one is so... I use this in my Inner Monster podcast a lot, and I'm always like, stress and tension this brings me. It's always so much. I was like, It's also less of a brown red hair and more of a like that fuchsia red hair. So I'm adding that a bit. Fuck. Just bit my tongue. Ugh. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Wow. Hot diggity dog. Sorry. Can't just. I realized I kept clicking on like Photoshop to be like, oh, maybe that will be the right thing. And then it's like, no, it's not the right thing because it's not the right window. You're already in Photoshop. It already knows you're in Photoshop. So now I'm trying to design a little bit the shadow that falls across her arm. That's probably fine. That's a lot of painting on the wrong layer, but I think at this point I'm just going to flatten it and not worry about it. Save. Commit. Commit. It's fun. It's like some weird alien abduction vibe going on. Okay, first things first, this black dress can be way darker just in general, I think. It is supposed to be black, even though it is in the bright sunshine. Is that a theremin? I'm almost positive that's a theremin. That's fun. Theremins are such like wacky little instruments, but they're so cool. It's the ones where there's like, you don't touch it, it's like, there's like a rod and then a ring, and there's like, you go, whoa, you're like, basically it like reads, it makes sound by like reading a, I think what, electromagnetic field. And then by disrupting the field, you get like the weird woo, like synthesizer sounds. Very cool. All right. Ooh. So this is something I didn't foresee. Wow. This side of the dress is actually kind of, there's like a cast shadow here. I mean, it makes sense because her arm is right there, so there's going to be a little cast shadow there. This is, knock this back a bit. Then here, this is folded down, and I'm just looking at the reference. It's more like that, and then this one goes up. I like that there's like a whole instrument that's basically people have decided they're like, you know what? For this instrument, it's just gonna make. We're gonna do a whole generation of people thinking this is what aliens sound like. Well. And I bet you every theremin player is like, this isn't what aliens sound like, this is what theremin music sounds like, you bastards. Oh, poor theremin people. This isn't, I wouldn't per se necessarily scary, more of just funny alien sounds. But it definitely gives you that alien vibe though, right? Gives me the alien vibe. Even though I think it's... I just think it's unfortunate for any theremin players. They're like, we don't just make alien sounds. And I'm sure, like, I don't know. I haven't heard theremin music, really. But I'm sure it's cool. And then some theremin player is like, actually, no, we do just make alien music. And I'm like, I was defending you. I was trying to defend you, man. Then you show up with your admission that it's just alien music. What am I supposed to do here? What am I supposed to do? Nope, not by viewers. Back to the distant rumbling. I gotta figure out more on how we're gonna get sound design. All right. I feel like that's looking pretty good, huh? Alright. So what I'm seeing is this. Maybe in between. That's a little bit too dark, maybe. Contrast is still a little bit too great, but I think I can live with it. Smoothing some of this out. I think this can be a lot lighter. As the dark winds blow, I decide that I can lighten up the gray on the black dress. Okay. Bang. I think we're looking pretty good. Okay. That seems pretty solid. I'm only going to... I have too much work to keep streaming, so I'm going to have to jump off at the top of the hour in 7 minutes, but until then, we move to our next portrait victim. So this is going to be interesting because we have to build out a shoulder and maybe a backpack, given the angle and given the photo. But these sunglasses are going to be fun and challenging to paint. Let's go. So we'll start off with the line work as per usual. I super want to start off with the glasses because man-made items just require a different level of precision, you know? I guess I should say, like, human-made items that aren't, like, janky. I mean, I think about a lot of, like, stuff I made and have made. And it's easy to think it's janky. Yo, what up? Priscilla, how's it going? Yay, yeah, you're just like, I have questions about DesignerCon. Rick's streaming, I'm gonna go ask him. Which is a perfect way of using the Discords. Ask away, what's up? I mean, you people know where I am and what I'm doing. And you need to get a hold of me. Ask away. Did you finish your custom and did they send you back a shipping label? I did finish the custom. I am not getting a shipping label only because I'm bringing my piece directly to Vegas. Thanks. Lots of weird tentacles and it's a Kairos infected by a monster plant. So I did not necessarily get a shipping label. But if they... I'm assuming maybe they haven't gotten them back out. So I will... Did you not get your shipping label? Is that what I'm hearing? Okay. I mean, if they, yeah, I figured they were probably just getting back to people today, given it was Friday. Yeah, I think they have a, I don't want to say secret relaxed deadline, but I think given the fact that they just sent you a shipping thing today, I think if you get it in the mail, I think you'll be fine. The main thing they really needed was the photos. Ooh, that was a nice... Okay, this is a super nerdy thing, but notice how the plane of his cheek ends here and then jumps out here because there's distortion due to the glass. Ooh, subtle and nice. I like it. No one's ever going to see this because this is going to be printed the size of an inch, but I just thought that was cool. Yeah, I think as long as you get it in the mail today, you should be fine. Okay. Yeah, I think the main thing is so the way the auctions are going to work is they're going to auction everything on eBay and then have QR codes at the show so people can bid on, like, each QR code is going to be like hyperlinked to that artist's Kairos, I think, in theory. So that's why they needed all of this stuff so they could make the listings. And then in terms of the show, and so like they have to do all of that before they can even think about displaying the things. And we still have 10 days before the actual thing. Yeah, if you ship tomorrow or probably even the day after that, it probably should be fine, to be honest. I'll just say ship it as soon as you can, as soon as they give you a label. They're probably just behind, and I think what happened is that, like, I imagine Kristen got emails from all 40 artists, like, today, and she's like, come on! But yeah, you should be good. I mean, you're also, like, it'll get there, and two, if, when, you're coming to the, are you coming to the pre-party or the launch party? Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone waited until the last minute. I was honestly like painting this morning, and then I was like, I gotta get the photos out to Christian. Oh, okay, cool. Because I was gonna say, if depending on when you're arriving, I was just gonna say just bring it to Vegas, but I know not most people probably aren't coming into Vegas on Wednesday like I am. So yeah, you'll be fine. I'm sure it will arrive in time. Yeah, I need to be there early. For yeah, to help set up and stuff, but it's really that, like, I don't need to be there Wednesday, I need to be there Thursday morning, and I am not going to try to drive 5 hours, get there, and then go directly into into setting up my booth, the gallery, etc., etc. Yeah, I'm like, you know what? You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna get there early. Okay, so I don't think I'll need to set up the party, but I might need to kind of set up the party. So I'm going. Wait. Yeah, I mean, I'm stripping down my personal booth kind of a lot this year. Like, usually I have, like, you know, my pins and the toys. I'm pretty much just doing, as of now, I'm just doing toys. I might bring, like, a really limited, fucking ad time, sorry. And thanks for the subscribe. Sorry you're stuck with the ads. Thanks. You're like, I got extra prime. Blah. Appreciate it. Okay. I'm gonna have to take some reference photos to figure out how to finish this backpack strap. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna also turn off. I'm gonna mute my weird horror music because I'm gonna finish streaming as soon as we finish talking. Oh yeah, I was just saying I was gonna do. I'm doing a pretty limited setup myself. It's really just more that we have the community gallery, so I have a bunch of other people's stuff to merchandise, and then helping out with like everybody else. Yeah, right. His glasses are super sick. I was like, these rainbow frames. I was like, can't wait to get to the painting part where I get to paint those. But yeah, I know. My setup should be pretty chill. Hopefully I'm not doing I'm likely not doing any of like the interactive weirdness that I usually do. Like I had that game last year, or I had multiple games plus the head. This year is gonna be like toys. I'm gonna have toys, maybe some. I'm gonna have vinyl, maybe some resin, maybe some pins. And if the pins come, it's not gonna be all of the pins, because there's just no room. But I gotta fix that eye. Oh well. Okay. Speaking of the 10 million other tasks I have on my plate this year, do you have any other questions that I can help you with? This is fun. You know what? I should just do this. I should do office hours on Twitch for DesignerCon and be like, hey, vendors, you have a bunch of weird questions, come... Not weird questions. You have a bunch of questions, come talk to me while I paint. And I will do my best to maybe have some semblance of a brain in order to answer for you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm always super jealous of like the pure Sofubi people, which is when they're just like toy, 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 price tag, price tag, price tag, and then they just sit there, and then you're like, that's it, and they're like, that's all we need, that's all we need. Like Punk Drunkers is like 2 t-shirts on hangers, and then like 10 toys, and they're like, get in line, and we're just gonna sit here, and we're gonna sell out Friday night, and then we're just not gonna be here just Saturday and Sunday. We're just gonna walk around. Someday. Yeah, this is kind of that. Maybe I should just do like Discord. I could probably get James also to come and do Discord things. I know. I just need to. This is our problem, Priscilla. We just need to have massive people flipping our work, so then we can sell everything Friday night, and then we just hang out for 2 more days. Go to panels, you know. I don't know. Sightsee. I wish I could sightsee. There's all this cool stuff in Vegas I want to do, and I'm just like, I'm getting there Wednesday, and I'm probably not going to be able to do anything. But to be fair, I was talking to Kevin, and he was like, yeah, Sunday night, I think we'll probably be out of there by 2 a.m. or something. I was just like, oh my God. Oh, I'm so good. Like I have to help, but there's only so much I can do, and I'm not supervising like the destruction of the Metacom booth or anything. So, oh yeah, I know. I saw that you're like splitting with Rini. That's super cool. tearing down midday Saturday. Then you shop. That's amazing. Good to know. Good to know. All right. So much to do. So behind on game. Anyway. Did you do any sculpture on your custom Priscilla, or did you paint? Do mainly paint application? Color combination on the madness and the pain. Love it. It's like neon 80s magic. Oh, okay, that's cool. Cool. Well, I can't wait to see it. Sorry, I was like checking the DesignerCon Slack to see if I have to do anything right now. Just have a bunch of emails to do. Okay. Well, thanks for stopping by. Let me know if you have any questions. You know how to get a hold of me. You can always DM me on Discord or whatnot. Oh, it like auto blocked yours. Damn it. Oh, it's because it was a link. Sorry. I don't know how to like unmake it let people put links. How does it do that? Why does it do that? It lets some other spam person like put a link in. That's stupid. Oh yeah. See, you're good. You're good. You're perfect. You can't ship if you don't have your shipping label. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. I can't wait. I will check it out. But thanks for stopping by. Good luck with all of the rest of con prep. And if there's anything I can do for you, let me know. GGGN. She's like, oh, you know what? I bet you she's, well, I don't know. I don't know what their system's like. I have no idea what their system is like, but hopefully she sends the label ASAP. No, she definitely doesn't hate all of you. I was just like, yeah, coordinating 40 artists to like email them is probably just like, yeah. But that's what happens when you organize an art show. Okay. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Coordinating artists is like herding cats. And herding my 2 cats is insane. So I can't imagine herding a bunch of artist cats. So, anyway, GN. Thanks for hanging out. Let me know if you have any other questions. You know how to get a hold of me. And I look forward to checking out your Kairos. And for everyone watching this, probably not on replay, but if you're watching it at home, DesignerCon in Vegas, week and a half. Be there. Check out all of the custom Kairos that Kaleidos Collect Creative is making. for charity. Good cause. All right. Okay. Bye-bye. Of course. Happy to squash anytime. Okay. Peace out, everybody. Bye.